Dear Guardian, I am carrying something. It is not only mine, but yours as well. It is a mutt. 2/3 my problem, 1/3 yours. Yet together the problem is still there. This burden is not something that can be lifted off of my shoulders alone, for I need you, for I am not strong enough. I carry this weight of the world on my shoulders, and the more I carry it, the heavier it seems. I am at the breaking point. Barack Obama once said, helping more of our young people stay on track, providing the support they need to think more broadly about their future, building on what works, when it works, and those critical life-changing moments. Last February, Obama said this, illustrating that he's a man who truly understands the importance of a guiding hand of a mentor in a young person's life. Having been removed from my parents' home and being raised by a loving and caring grandmother, I often sought additional role models who could help me work through hardship, not to mention the normal teenage growing pains. This is my piece, The Guardian. A wise man once said, "A house divided against itself cannot stand." Abraham Lincoln. This is true. I'm constantly with you in my mind, in my body, and in my spirit, and yet you were never truly there. You weren't there when I picked up poetry as a form of self-expression. Poetry is a window. It is a light at the end of the dark tunnel. It is a relief method that I have taken advantage of. The book I write in, the one of all the poems I've wrote, have written, or am writing, weighs a little over 8 ounces. That is including paper, pen, and spiral. Yet this is nothing compared to the intangible weight. It is immense. The things I write in this journal I already know by heart because I have lived through them. Every scar on the page was blood that I shed, and every mark I erased was a battlefield that I fought for. Day after wretched day, I would stay inside for recess because outside was worse. I was afraid that I would have to add another poem to the book, afraid that I would be called out on my skin color, the way I dressed or looked. Words like ugly, nigger, trash, mutt, whack. Half white, half black. All cut deeper than any knife. They riddled my body with questions about society and life, like bullets riddle and mark with deadly accuracy. Is this how society views me? What is heaven like? Are all kids this mean? What is God like? Why me? What did I do to deserve this? How much longer do I have to endure this pain called life? I'm not gonna lie, you were there. You were there to lessen the blow sometimes. The other 75% I was on my own. You were like a faded picture in my life, sometimes clear and easy to see, and other times a ghost. Thus forcing me to bottle up my emotions and problems, locking them in my heart. I took that criticism too hard, changing and conforming to the ways others viewed me. I hate the way I've become, shy and afraid. Even to this day, I still have trouble opening up to people. I am one of you. I am in your lunch, in your classes. I'm made of the same stuff you are. I am in the crowd. I try to stand out but get lost. Just another color in the blend of races and faces. I am that kid always in the back, never speaking or moving, trying to blend into the wallpaper for fear of getting laughed at. I have tons of ideas, yet I'm afraid to share for fear of being wrong. These ideas are in my head, so they have no tangible weight, yet they have no physical weight, yet they carry some intangible weight. The strain the ideas put on me is great. I beat myself up when I think of an answer and I don't know if it's right, so I don't speak up. Then in the end, someone else says what I was thinking, strikes a gold mine of praise and attention from everybody for being right. I hate that! It's not fair! Along with these two things I carry, there's a third that you and everyone else carries. One can deny having it, but it only gets stronger if you do so. This thing has the greatest weight of all. It is the weight of the universe. It is fear itself. For me, my greatest fear is the fear of the unknown. I have no idea what's in store for me. My life could end tomorrow and so many things would not have been fulfilled. What would it have been like to have a girlfriend? What would it have been like to have a group of friends to hang out with? What would it have felt like to be accepted? Would I be missed if I disappeared from the face of the earth? A question to think upon stated. If a stranger walks up to you one day and hands you a book and tells you to watch it for him while he went somewhere, and you just so happened to read the first page, and you kept reading, only to realize that it was a detailed story about you, everything you did from birth to present day, would you read the book all the way to the end? Personally, I wouldn't read the book to the end, keeping life a mystery. This is the stuff I think about, deep thought-provoking stuff. Often find myself staring off into space, contemplating life, regrets, and choices that I've made, thought about making or wished I could undo. What could have been different if I did this instead of that? Coupled with this fear of the unknown, also have your expectation of me, the fear of failing you. I am sorry. I apologize in advance, Guardian, if I wasn't the perfect son you wanted. One who was good at sports, good with girls' life problems. I'm sorry I fell short whether by an inch or by a mile. But you know what? I did the best I could with what I had to work with. Neither parent was in my life, so what role model did I have? Sure, I had you, but you were young a long time ago, weren't you? Life is hard. Society has changed. There wasn't a man around to lead me, to teach me the little things in life, like how to shave or throw a football. You did your best, and yet my best wasn't good enough. I tried. I really do. So what if I mess up in life? It's life. I will make mistakes. I am young. Life is just a bunch of chances to get things right. I can always erase a mistake and edit my life. The last fear I have is the fear of hurting those I care about the most. Friends if I have any. Family and associates. I'm afraid that I won't be there when they need me the most. I'm afraid that I can't help them in their time of need. I'm afraid I will fail, jeopardizing them, putting them in harm's way. I'm afraid that if I have a son, I will mess things up and end up being like my dad, never around until it's too late. I am afraid. These fears are large, significant, and carry weight. It is intangible, yet they still have mass. These fears break me down almost to the point of tears. They have no tangible weight, yet they affect me. They affect me spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. If I don't write poetry, they start eating away at me, destroying me from the inside out. Yet, unlike other burdens, this one I cannot put down. Like a scar, it's permanent. Sure, at times it will fade, but I still know that it's there. I've tried to set the weight on the ground as I do a backpack, and yet I still find that somehow the weight is still there. See, the weight is not carried on my shoulders as it may feel. The weight is in my mind, locked deep within my inner conscience, tormenting me forever. So, Guardian, if I sometimes fail you, don't get mad at me. I am only human. I will make mistakes, and I will do things I regret. I apologize in advance if I mess up again in the near future. Only God is perfect. It feels good to talk to someone about this matter and open up. Get this off my chest. I am one of the lucky ones. I've come to the realization that mentors are all around. They come in many shapes and sizes, colors and backgrounds. So I'd like to thank you, Guardian, for listening to the things I carried and sharing the burden I have. It means a lot to me. And Guardian, I am trying.